The one thing about the DSTV Premiership is that it's very exciting. Only 2 positions are given and they're done, which is the champions and the relegated ones. Gentlemen, playoffs are a reality in the PSL, DSTV Premiership. Some teams are not safe. Royal AM is not safe. Neither is Swallows. Richards Bay seems to be making a run for that position to say, can we get out so that we don't go to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Let's start about the playoffs. The playoffs mean that your season is now prolonged.
And that's something that you don't want because, you know, teams tend to struggle when they come from that playoff. There's a bit of uncertainty, not even a bit.
Because you get what? Now you have 4 weeks that you have to be busy.
Yes.
Your team does not get enough time to rest.
Do you go and procure players for the DSTV Premiership, or do you go?
You can't procure, Chief, until you are secure.
See, on hold. Yeah. You'll just have a lot of players training with your team, and that's the frustrating part. So you don't want to find yourself in that position, but it looks like Royal AM, they're dragging themselves in that position. They've dragged themselves in that position. There's a high possibility. You look at momentum or Richards Bay, and you look at momentum or Royal AM. You then ask yourself, okay, Richards Bay might actually be the one that are safe. And Swallows, I can say, Bonaba safe.
No. I still count them. They're not yet safe, Chief. A lot of things can happen. What if Swallows lose? Lufuno, do you agree with Cox or Swallows are safe?
Well, they need 1 point to be safe.
They need 1 point.
Mathematically,
as an expert of not getting 1 point, remember Kaizer Chiefs was once needing 1 point to be champions.
1 point, yeah, Baroka. It's not automatic.
It's not
automatic. So Swallows, they're still there. They can still be dragged into that position. So they still have to either play a draw or win 1 game to be safe, to say we are safe. On the flip side of it, if Swallows win both games, they can make top 8.
Just so that we are clear.
Yeah.
Swallows needs to play against SuperSport on the 18th. And Swallows needs to play against Royal AM on the 25th. Yeah. So give payday bonanza.
That's why they're not safe. SuperSport need to make sure that the top 8 spot is
sealed. So there's a possibility
There's a possibility. Royal AM is a final. Because Royal AM, they have to win that game to save themselves. So it's going to be a very tough game. However, with the PSL, you can still lose your games and still be safe because also the other result can mean that you are actually safe.
Royal AM. They have to play cheaper and then play Moroka Swallows as their last game. So that last game is very important.
6 point, yeah.
6 pointer. Do you see Royal AM surviving this?
I don't see Royal AM surviving being part of the playoffs. And you look at, they just played Sundowns. Unfortunately, they had to play Sundowns at a very crucial stage of their league, back to back. You know, you've already got Coach Maduga, when you looked at that in those fixtures, he's like, hey, you track them off. You know, I don't even count any point from those 6 points because. And also you have players that are demotivated going into there. You look at Richards Bay, Ailoring, Bafeto Shapa, Yole.
And they are playing and they are playing against Cape Town City.
Yeah.
Who are not winning.
Yeah. Cape Town City are coach Eric Tinkler, they banida the season to end. So there's
as quickly
as possible. They're playing against that Cape Town City, and you look at their fans, Baba dejected. I saw one of the fans the other day. I don't even know whether to go to the stadium or not because I get So you look at everyone at the team who dejected.
So whatever.
Yeah, no my. You know, so points are very important at this stage. Coach Villagazi ukrele team no more anaibata. And I think had they started with this gentleman, you can see the philosophy, you can see how they play, you can see how he applies. He's very brave. And he knows, he understands the moments that they have to play. You don't have to play the whole day.
Richards Bay, Richards Bay's last game is against Stellenbosch, who are fighting for number 2.
Bona, how easy game? If you look at it, Stellenbosch, they're playing for something big as well. Richards Bay, they need to save themselves. You know, but Richards Bay, they've got a tendency of beating these big teams, or these teams that are performing well. They've got a tendency of getting crucial points.
And Stellenbosch are not good travelers, and they are going to Durban.
Look, Stellenbosch, it's going to be also be tough. It depends on the game against Sundowns, because that will be key. You know, if they win the game against Sundowns, you know, they will still have something to play for. But if they lose that game, I think again, you know, they might play that game into Richards Bay's hands. Which Richards Bay, they need to win their games. There's no draw. They can't afford to do. They have to win both games.
We then look at the potential playoff mates of those that are going to be from the Premiership versus those in the Motsepe Foundation. Magezi liberekile ba eshongire rena re tla namela N1 re tlo bona PSL DSTV Premiership mara University of Pretoria, Baroka. Do we still count it?
Yeah, JDR because JDR they need to write a thesis ka ho botlela position yeah. I think they're one of the most experienced in terms of bottling that position. Somehow I feel, you know, Coach Nemasisi have a feature more at that stage of the game of the league. What team? Main switch what team, they can't grind those results. There was a time I was very confident and I said, JDR is coming to the league.
Yeah.
They bottled the position. So I can't go and give a confident, give them confident, or you know, we should just put them in there.
Marogaba confident, or we will put them in school there, go tax.
Yeah, tax, local, and that's what the playoffs saying. Unfortunately, they lost against the Swai. You know, so banal experience at the playoff. By it's able the playoff, what it is that you need to do. This time around, if Bagat Sena Royal AM, they'd be my favorite.
Mara Baroka, Coach Den, he's not going to give it away. It's in.
I thought Zika Limpopo.
No, yeah, that's Zika Limpopo.
Baroka,
Nagabakaka.
Bon, Bakaka Sanse by Dien Chochabon. Bakaka Banali Denimuli, Banal experience. So let's see what's going to happen. It's going to be tough. So, as a Kisho, they've been in the PSL, Premiership, DSTV. They've got the experience. So, it's still going to be very tough. So, you don't want to find yourself as a team from the Premiership going to the playoff against those teams. All those teams that are there, if you look at them, you look at the game of Pretoria University against Sundowns in the Nedbank. You look at that team's quality.
No, we can't afford to look back. We must look at University of Pretoria versus Baroka at Tax Stadium. That's the next game. That's going to be a tough one. And JDR versus Maritzburg. And Uppington City versus... And I think those Keswick Stars, you're looking, it could be quite bad when you look at the game between University of Pretoria and Baroka.
Yeah, it's a 6-pointer.
But Polo Barata 6-pointer, Mara, the league only counts 3 points. I don't understand these things. It may be going to a dictionary just to find this 6-pointer or king. Kihopala Lintushe man or 6-pointer abona king. Erbuya, Rebujang 6-pointer about Tobaki, man.